Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. The San Francisco 49ers are 3-0, got a new, more accurate kicker, Robert Saleh. He back on the defense, helping the defense out. That's something that the 49ers desperately missed. They desperately needed his play calling, his expertise on the defensive end. And the defense has been playing lights out. We done got some young guys who are really stepping up. Mikael Williams, Upton Stout. They've been playing lights out, and both of those guys have made big plays in the first 3 games of the season. They are one of the reasons that the 49ers is 3-0, all right? It's group effort, it's offense and defense. But this video specifically, what I want to talk about is Mac Jones' effect on the San Francisco 49ers. Does Mac Jones make the San Francisco 49ers offense elite? I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Now, we know the San Francisco 49ers ain't going to score a whole lot of points. That hasn't been the MO with Brock Purdy or with Mac Jones, all right? But what I want to talk about is why Mac Jones is so comfortable with the 49ers, why it looked like he's so comfortable. Listen, I'm a big-time 49ers fan, been one my whole life. When Brock Purdy went out with an injury, I start thinking the worst. All right, I start thinking the worst. I was thinking, damn, he out 2 to 3 games, maybe 4. How many of these games can the 49ers win? Will we still be in the playoff hunt once he gets back? If he gets back, how long will he stay healthy? If he was to go out again, what type of situation would we be in? That's the worst situation to be in when you have a quarterback that is perceived to be injury prone. I'm not going to say that yet, but let's be real. As 49ers fans, we got to be 100 with each other. We got to be honest. He gets injured often. I don't know if it's going to keep up. I don't know if it's something short term, something temporary, but the last couple seasons, he's been hurt multiple times throughout the year. When you have a quarterback that's injury prone, it's kind of hard to get excited because you never know when he gonna play, when is he not. You holding your breath every time he gets tackled, every time he hit the turf, waiting to see, is he injured? Is he gonna get back up? What's going on? After every game, you're looking at the injury report. How's his arm? How's his shoulder? How's his knee? All right. So for me, when we see Mac Jones excelling and playing great, this is a safety blanket for the 49ers. Now, I'm not going to get into a QB competition conversation. That's for another day. Mac Jones is going to have to keep playing good for that to even be a thought. But I like Mac Jones as a backup for now. I don't want to talk about a QB competition. All right, because again, in my opinion, Brock Purdy is injury prone. So we want to keep Mac Jones as a second option, as somebody who we can insert into this offense and they won't miss a beat. That's what we've seen so far. At least for me, that's what I've seen. I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. All right, again, this defense is going crazy. Fred Warner, Mikael Williams, Upton Stout. They all been making big plays in these 3 games. They're helping us to become 3-0. They're taking some of the pressure off Mac Jones in these last 2 games, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But what's the specific reason that Mac Jones is able to get into this offense and be so efficient? Let's talk about it now. When it comes to this offense, that's where the simple QB style of Mac Jones shines, all right? He can be successful because the 49ers are set up like his college team, like Alabama. Is that why he struggled in New England? Because New England was nothing like Alabama. New England had 0 weapons. And when we see Mac Jones with New England, we seen bright spots, but for the most part, it didn't pan out well for him. The offense struggled. They didn't score a lot of points. They didn't move the ball, even with Bill Belichick. Some of those other offensive strategists over there who have been proven to, have good outcomes on the offensive end. When you talk about the winning that they've done in the past with Tom Brady, even with Jimmy Garoppolo and Matt Castle, we've seen them be successful in that scheme. We've seen them be successful in that program. What was different was when Mac Jones got there was no weapons. And Mac Jones came from a school, he came from a system full of weapons at Alabama. I think the 49ers are more like that than any other team that he's been on. That's why he's able to be successful in the system. Mac Jones don't got to be Superman. That's the number one thing I want to say. He don't got to be Superman. The 49ers aren't asking him to be Superman. Look at the plays. Look at how Ricky Parasol, look at Christian McCaffrey, when George Kittle gets back. These guys are beating a man. They create separation. They're not getting far down the field. They're using their playmaking abilities to pick up extra yards. It's kind of like a West Coast style offense hybrid. All right, it's not full West Coast offense, but some of those details from a West Coast offense, some things from the West Coast offense is in that style of play. You get the ball to your playmaker. They don't got to be far down the field. They can be 5-10 yards. You let them turn up the field, pick up yards, chip away at the defense. All right, get them tired. Make the defense chase people. That's what we got to do. Make the defense chase people. That's what Mac Jones has been doing. Again, the 49ers don't need for him to be Superman. The same thing he did at Alabama. Get the ball to the playmakers, stay efficient, avoid mistakes, and let the defense carry him. He was able to do that at Alabama. He was able to be successful. Think about it. Think of the knocks that was going against him at Alabama. He's surrounded by talent. All right, he's not exciting. Well, he wasn't exciting because he didn't have to be. He didn't have to throw the ball 30, 40, 50 yards down the field. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't part of the game plan. It wasn't a high, it wasn't smart when you look at risk versus reward. All right. The athletes at Alabama, they were too top tier. You don't have to do that. You can give them the ball. You can do reverses. You can do screens, things like that, pick up big yards when you got big time playmakers like he had at Alabama. All right. And I'm not saying the 49ers receiving core or the 49ers offense is the Alabama of the NFL. Not saying that at all. But what I am saying is this. When you got Christian McCaffrey, a running back that's one of the most diverse running backs that we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. Yes, one of the most diverse running backs ever in the history of the game. He does everything. He can chip block. He can catch the ball. Obviously, he can run the ball. He's good at route running. When you have a tight end like George Kittle who can come out in all type of different sets, and we seeing the emergence of Ricky Parasol, all right, Jawan Jennings. He not even 100%. He's still going crazy. He's still turning up. And when Brandon Ayuk gets back, it's going to be, he's going to have that full arsenal. That's what I'm saying. He's going to have that full arsenal. All these guys that I'm naming, they're not amazing athletes, all right? But they're great at running routes. Brandon Ayuk can run routes very well. For a running back, Christian McCaffrey, probably the best in the NFL. As a tight end, George Kittle, one of the best in the NFL. That's all they got to do. Create separation. Mac Jones going to do the rest. That's what he's been doing his whole career. That's what he did his whole college career. All right. The game-winning drive we seen against Arizona, it was crazy. It was about 60-some yards, a lot of plays. Mac Jones was cool, calm, and collected. He went down the field and he handled business. He did what he had to do, and he left it up to the kicker, who, again, we got a more accurate kicker this year. And it looks like everything is falling into place optically. That's what it's looking like. Now, I don't know when Purdy's going to return. I'm not sure. But just looking at what we got with Mac Jones, I'm excited about it. I'm happy. If we need to let Brock Purdy rest and heal up, that's fine. We're going to see this weekend against Jacksonville who's going to play. And I still think it's going to be Mac Jones. I think Brock Purdy's going to sit out a little bit longer. But if Mac Jones can continue to do this, just continue to do what he's doing, man, he don't got to be Superman. This is a thing, y'all. This style of quarterbacking is a thing. Tom Brady, I think, is the poster child of it. Of course, he had incredible wide receivers, and he had Bill Belichick, all right? That's a football mind in your arsenal that's, priceless. You can't imitate that. You can't recreate that. But that style of play, that almost like you a point guard, a point guard quarterback. You're not the star. You're not scoring the most points. All right. Think about it, Jason Kidd or John Stockton. All right. They wasn't the star. They weren't trying to score the most points. They weren't trying to put the ball in the basket. They wasn't trying to create the highlight plays. They were setting everybody else up to get they highlight plays. That's what Mac Jones did at Alabama. That's what Tom Brady did early in his career. Again, once people start wanting to play with Tom Brady, then you had the Antonio Browns coming to where he was. You had the Randy Mosses coming to where he was. You had all these, guys who wanted to play with him. But remember, early in his career, people were saying he was just a game manager. Think about Jalen Hurts now. He's won a Super Bowl with that style of play. Jalen Hurts isn't going to come out there and just, wow you with numbers. He's not going to throw the ball down the field a whole lot. He understands the weapons around him. He understands he got Devonta Smith. He understands that he got A.J. Brown. He understands that he got Saquon Barkley. Let them do the heavy lifting, all right? Let them turn the ball up the field. All you got to do is not make mistakes. All you got to do is not make mistakes. It's a style that can be replicated and can be copied. And you don't have to be extremely talented physically to do it. You got to be cerebral. All right. You got to be calm and you got to not make mistakes. All right. If you do those three things with this offense that Kyle Shanahan has in the team and the way that he's coaching his team, that's why the 49ers are 3-0 in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. I just watched the Arizona Cardinals and the Seahawks game. Super tough division, and the 49ers is 3-0. But I want y'all to get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about Mac Jones' success, specifically why he was able to be 2-0 and why it's looking like we got the perfect setup. We got the perfect setup as far as a backup quarterback goes. He's making the plays. He's throwing the ball into pockets, into areas where only his receivers are getting it. And again, I got to salute Ricky Parasol. I did not think he was going to be this effective this early after him getting shot and all the trauma that he's went through, rehab and able to come back. This dude is a great route runner. He's creating separation. So I got to shout him out. I got to shout out the whole 49ers offense and that defense as well. Defense is a big part of this. They set him up. They put him in great situations. They creating a short field for him. Again, Mikael Williams, Upton Stout, they've been doing their job. They've been getting busy. Fred Warner, the whole defense, they've been going ham, man. But I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Are the 49ers offense elite with Mac Jones? Can you call the Eagles offense elite? Have they been elite for the last couple of years? Don't let that elite word make you think you got to score 50 damn points. That's not what elite is. Elite is when you win a lot. Elite is when you win a lot, and that's definitely something that the Eagles have been doing. Can the 49ers take that blueprint and apply it with Mac Jones? We about to find out. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. Peace.